Hello everybody, today we're going to be going over Basic RPG, or Basic Role-Playing Universal Game Engine, Quickstart. This is a beautiful 50th anniversary Chaosium free RPG day booklet. Some people might say zine, but it's really hefty. So in here, this is a wonderful booklet. I would say the end pages are a little thinner than I'm used to with some of these things. Kind of like almost a little thicker than magazine, but not as thick as some of the Goodman Games covers. The pages are really nice. If you've read the Basic RPG or Pendragon, it's that thicker paper. So it's pretty nice. So in here we have a nice little introduction with a great foreword explaining the history of Chaosium, how it kind of got started. Really nice little setup of the rules, the character sheets. Basic RPG, or Basic Role-Playing, has probably some of the most complicated looking character sheets and yet the simplest to play. It's just kind of like a weird dichotomy. But in here you have all the little rules on all the basic skills that people can have. We're going to talk about equipment, systems. They have the what is this? This is the resistance table. So like, let's say if you had a 14 in strength going against a person with an 8 in strength. That means you have to make 15 and 8. So yeah, 15 and 8 makes it 15%. So you have a 15% chance of pulling somebody's, like if the person had a 15 in strength, the person with the 8 in strength only has a 15% chance of pulling an object from them or something like that. From here we also have, what time is, how the rounds work, and other things like that. We also have combat, and it goes into combat pretty heavily and pretty well for being a little quick start rules, which was very impressive to me. Then there's a couple little spot rules. These are like the oddball stuff, like knocking out, grappling, falling, ambushing, all these little things like that. And they have a really decent little aid to tell you how to do combat in general. A little bit about the system. So like right now there's the Age of Vikings that's out, so you can use the QR code to go get to. And there's also the Basic Role-Playing and the Game Master Pack, which has a screen and booklet with a few little things in there, which is kind of cool. This is the part of the booklet that I really found impressive to me, was how tight and condensed the adventures were in the quick start guide. So we have 3 different adventures. So you have the Prisoner of Richelieu, where you're playing as musketeers or whatever during 1626. The Queen's Messengers. You need to go and save somebody from a horrible prison. Then, you saw that there was only like 3 pages of a quick prison break, like Musketeer prison break type adventure. You have 4 pre-generated characters for that Musketeer type game. Then you have Footsteps in the Dark, which is a sci-fi setting, which is in 2844, and you're basically choosing what type of paths you're going to take to get to this distress signal, and how difficult it is to, your ship crash lands and you're trying to get to this distress signal. Really interesting basic sci-fi type adventure. Again, you have multiple characters here, and each one has their own little quirks or abilities or what have you. And then you have the Lost Temple of Gargathon, which is a very simple dungeon. As you can see here, you're just going into this little thing right there. I feel like this thing could probably be running like an hour or something like that. And you have different classes and stuff like that. And then you have one that's like a wizard who, whenever they cast a spell, it does these amazing things. But the downside is you lose 1d6 power whenever you cast. But the downside about that is if you ever go to 0 power, well, you just kind of pass out for a while. And so per hour of rest, you get 1 power back. So being a wizard's a little rough, but you can do some really cool stuff. And each of the little classes has their own little special thing that they can do. And then in the back, they talk about Call of Cthulhu, of course, RuneQuest, Pendragon, which is pretty great. And, you know, that's the Quickstart guide. I really wish there was a QR code to be able to print out the character sheets for this, because that would be pretty great. So people can see how versatile basic role-playing truly is. I really did like this. I thought that they did a really good job of showing some of the breadth that the basic role-playing can accomplish. And overall, I was very impressed with basic role-playing Universal Game Engine Quickstart. I would highly suggest getting it, and hopefully the PDF of this will be out soon so that we can all enjoy it.